Thank you so much, and good morning, everyone. For those of you that just logged on or joining us today, thank you very much. My name is Cherie Nuez. I'm from the California Department of Veteran Affairs within the Veteran Services Division, and I am a training coordinator with CalTAP. Today's webinar is in partnership with Cuyamaca College, as well as the Veterans Legal Institute. We have a very special guest speaker with us today, Lisa Ianson, who will be joining us a little bit and speaking a little bit later after we have a few resources shared with you. But just to let you know, we're going to go ahead and do a little welcome and some housekeeping introductions, review a little bit of the agenda, and explain to you what the Q&A function is. So a little note to everyone here, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and your consent is required. So participation in the meeting will act as your acknowledgement for the recording. Just to let you know, you will also notice that your camera and microphone capabilities are currently off. This is to maximize bandwidth, but that's not to say that you aren't able to communicate with us. If you can, hover your mouse at the bottom of your screen there. There's a Q&A function and also a chat function. I invite you to open up both those sections, as in the chat function, my colleague Jana Adams, who's working on the back end today, will be sharing different resources and contact information for you during our presentation. Now in the Q&A function, I'm going to encourage you to participate there and provide your questions that you might have for myself or any one of the other speakers presenting today. Please note that this is a public forum, so if you have a very specific question or one that has personal information, please do not include that within the Q&A. We have some contact information for you at the end of the presentation, so you can follow up on that one-on-one level. All right, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So CalTAP overview, I'm going to go ahead and share with you what is CalTAP. So essentially, CalTAP is an entity, a part of Calvet, and we're a unit that is designed to inform, connect veterans of all eras to their earned federal state benefits, as well as provide continued support and assistance as your needs change over time, because we all know things might be, copacetic and fine today, but then maybe in 3 months, 4 months, or even a year down the road, you might need assistance in a different aspect of your life. We do have 5 pathways to assist you with that. We have the core curriculum, education, employment, entrepreneurship, and service providers. I would just like to note that the service providers portion, that is more for people who work with veterans, so that they are developing and aware of how to create a more veteran cultural competent relationship and partnerships as they are service providers. On the next slide here, we have your Veterans Resource Book. I'm sure Jana here will be shortly dropping a PDF version of this. This is an amazing resource. This specific tool is meant to enlighten you, educate you, and empower you on the different benefits you have earned as a veteran. In addition to that, it'll provide you with information on what benefits may assist your family. So it's an important resource for you. And then it also shares a great wealth of knowledge of different services provided through the entire state of California. So whether or not you're tuning in from Shasta County, or if you're coming to us from Riverside County, we have resources and information for you in this book. Really quick overview of our Calvet webpage, calvet.ca.gov. That's where you're going to locate all this great information in regards to Calvet here. This is open 24/7, so you can continue to research or look up information to best assist you online. There's a couple of different circles and a red box on here. I'm going to review that with you. So first and foremost, if you'd like to get in contact with us, and that means literally us, so myself, Jana, or even Lance, we answer that 800 number there. So if you have any questions, feel free to call that number and we'll patch you through and get you any kind of resource information that you might be needing. We also have the Veterans Resource Handbook. If you miss it in the chat today, there is a downloadable PDF copy there. You also can get connected with your local CVSO or County Veteran Service Office in your specific county by clicking on the other circle there. Before I move on to the red square, which is the CalTAP logo, I'm going to also importantly note that we have a change guard, so to speak, here, and highlight that we do have a new deputy, or we do have a new secretary for CalVet. We have Secretary Lindsay Sin. She's over there at the bottom there. Just wanted to make a note of that we have a new secretary for CalVet. So moving on, we do have our CalTAP square logo there with a laptop. So any of the information I'm about to share with you, if you want to explore more, you can click on the CalTAP button and it'll head you over to our landing page. So as I mentioned earlier, these are the 5 pathways that you can explore. And again, as your needs change over time, or even the needs of your family change over time, revisit this page. There's an abundance of great resources, even great checklists or tutorials, and even YouTube videos to assist you and guide you in what questions you may have or needs for your family. We're going to go ahead and jump into the core curriculum and particularly explore more about what your California benefits are. So as you can see, this is the layout of one of the curriculum pathways. There are modules. Within those modules, there's actually going to be lessons. So you can click those and explore, but we're going to go ahead and jump into the California benefits. What are they? So this is just a snapshot. It's not everything that is offered here within California, but these are the most popular ones just to make note. So the first and foremost is a college tuition fee waiver. So this is a dependent benefit. So this is for veteran dependents. There are 4 different plans A, B, C, and D, in which you can attend community college, state school, or UC for free. Granted, there are some requirements, which the most popular one for Plan B would be having the veteran would need a service connected disability rating of 0% or more. It is important to note too, if you are coming from out of state, that each school has criteria for establishing residency. So please note that you should visit with the school and speak to the school that you're wishing to attend if you aren't currently attending or need to talk through that with that specific school. There are 2 other features with the California Department of Motor Vehicles. You can receive a veteran designation on your driver's license, and or you could be eligible for the motor vehicle registration fee waiver. So there are different requirements for that. Specifically, I'll speak to the designation on your driver's license. It's great to have so that you're not having to carry around your DD2 214. You have it on your license. So if you're going anywhere and they need that veteran designation on there, it's already on your driver's license and you can proceed on. You would want to visit your CVSO first, as they are the ones that provide the form that you will need to then take to the DMV. So save yourself 2 trips to the DMV and visit your CVSO, then the DMV. Moving on to other benefits, we have great outdoor opportunities and recreation. So you could be eligible for reduced fishing and hunting licenses, no cost state park pass. All are available to you online. Jana has dropped several links in the chat for you to explore those options. In addition to that, for those wanting information about property tax or even business tax, you could be qualified or eligible for exemptions. However, within each county, all the rules vary. So it's important to visit your county assessor's office to determine what property or business tax exemptions you may qualify for. A little bit of information about CalVet and our divisions. Myself, Jana, and Lance are a part of the Veteran Services Division. There's also the Home Loans Division. So home loans is very different from the VA home loans, just to make note of you. So CalVet actually serves as your financing lender, whereas the VA is a guarantee loan. So 2 very different things, but that's not to say that you can't work hand in hand with the VA and with CalVet to maximize your purchasing power. But I highly suggest you to get in contact with someone in home loans if that is something you are interested in doing. We have the Women Veterans Division, which offers a women's roster for our women veterans who are seeking to network and learn more about different opportunities for our women veterans. We also have our minority and underrepresented veterans. They have an amazing pathway to citizenship program that they're currently putting together. And there's actually a webinar that's coming up. We have a future event. It's actually, I think, tomorrow. So we'll show that to you a little bit later, the registration date for that, if you'd like to know more. We also have great premier care for long-term care for our aging veterans. We have veteran homes throughout California. In addition to that, we also have cemeteries to preserve the legacy of our California veterans. So I know I gave you a lot of information, just wanted to recap here. If you'd like to continue to keep in touch with us, please provide your non-DoD email to caltap@calvet.ca.gov. Also register for My Calvet on our homepage, and keep in touch with us via social media. This particular recording will be uploaded to YouTube, so if there's anything that you missed or miss in the future for our next presenter, all the resources will be re-provided there for you. We also have future webinars coming up, and then we also would greatly appreciate if you fill out today's survey. We take any of your feedback seriously so that we can better these webinars and outreach opportunities for everyone across the state. So again, My Calvet, this is how you're going to register. Top right-hand corner, it says log in or register. That's how easy it is. Point, click, provide a few bits of information, and we can get connected and stay connected with you. You also, a part of signing up with My Calvet is you'll be receiving workshop announcements. So whenever our workshops are happening, you'll have opportunity to take a sneak peek of when the upcoming dates are and how you can register for them. Lastly, I just want to go ahead and review our partners over at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. I know that this is a little bit of an elongated version of the webpage. However, I just wanted to highlight they changed the makeup of it a little bit. So before there used to be 4 quadrants. Now it's a little bit more expanded. So when you visit the VA webpage, it's pretty much everything's all there. You just have to scroll down a little bit more. But I just wanted to highlight them as they are the provider for and the source for when you filed for claims, benefits, or anything else pertaining to your benefits or credits as a veteran. You can check for everything there. So moving on, that is my last slide. This is my contact information. So if you have any questions for me, please let me know. You can keep in touch. You can email me. Be happy to respond to you and answer any questions that you may have. Without further ado, I am actually going to turn this over to Lance Unker. That's an I, not an L, everyone. He is from the San Diego region, and he's our local interagency network coordinator, or LINK, and he's going to share a little bit about what he does and his role, and also his counterparts. Go ahead, Lance.
All righty. Yes, so I am Lance Junker, the local interagency network coordinator, or LINK, for the San Diego region. There's actually, on the next slide, you'll see there's 8 of us that work for Calvet remotely, and we each kind of oversee or occupy a region of the California map there. And what we do is we really try to get to know all of the players in that space. So the nonprofits, the community programs, the county programs, as well as obviously Calvet state programs and federal as well. And that's really, our goal is to kind of be the outreach arm in the community, living and going to the events there. You might see me at a veteran resource center on campus. I make site visits often. So yeah, so no matter where you end up in California, you'll have a designated link like myself that's going to know that area very well and the players and the benefits in that area. A little bit about me. Almost all the links are veterans themselves. A couple of them worked in the veteran space, might be a veteran spouse, that kind of thing. But yeah, most of us are veterans. I was in the 82nd Airborne Division. I was wounded pretty severely in Iraq in 2007 during the surge, and spent about 10 months in the hospital recovering, and then was medically retired, and had to go through that whole transition out of the military, and obviously dealing with mental and physical ailments and stuff, navigating the VA and all that. And I didn't do a great job of taking advantage of my benefits, and that really did a disservice to myself and to my family. And I wish, and what's great about my job now is to basically tell others, hey, take advantage of everything that you're eligible for. And there's many reasons why, I didn't felt like other people were wounded worse, or, had lost their lives or whatever. So I didn't feel like, maybe I deserved it. I didn't want to take a piece of the pie that another veteran might have needed more. But the way that these benefits and government spending work is the more veterans that take advantage of these benefits, the bigger the pie gets. So when they submit for more funding and more benefits at the state level and federal level, as well as the local county level, the more veterans that are there using the benefits, the more benefits there's going to be. And even in the last 10 years, there's been a lot of California legislation that has gone through that have made things better or easier. There's property tax and military retirement pay tax stuff that's going through the Assembly and the Senate right now at the state level. So things are always, improving and getting better. So never, don't take advantage. The fact that you're here listening to this webinar means that you're, already on the right track. Okay, so next slide, a little bit more about what we do. Again, we're kind of the outreach arm. We give briefings, we go to all the bases and teach a CalTAP, these CalTAP class that we're doing now virtually. We do longer, more in-depth, detailed versions of this on all the military bases and some of the community colleges. But that's what we're really doing is making sure everybody knows what their state benefits are. And then we make referrals all day, every day, basically. Whether that's, speaking to veteran organizations that are trying to find veterans or wanting to serve veterans, and how, we can better get them working together with other organizations or, collaboratives, that kind of thing. And then also just always send invest. So if I get a call from a veteran that needs, something, I might have 3 different organizations in the community that assist with that. And then we also, the links assist with local emergencies. So anytime there's a big fire and a lot of people are displaced, counties set up these local assistance centers, and we go there and we provide veteran services at those sites, as well as like FEMA disaster recovery centers. So during all the floods, mostly in Northern California, we were all going up there and assisting. I think there was like 42 DRCs set up with all the flooding this year. So we were very busy doing that. And then depending on what part of California you live in, this provide leadership and advocacy to local communities. Each link's job is a little bit different. So mine, I have 8 military installations. A big part of my job is in the transition space, helping those that are getting out, prepare and know their benefits and apply for those benefits and get plugged in. Where Cole up in the north, there's not a lot of military installations. So CalTAP's not a huge part of his job, but working with setting up new collaborations, working with county leadership and stuff like that to do more for veterans and find those rural veterans and assist them. So our jobs are tailored to our regions. Next slide. And then this is kind of more, thinking outside the box of how we might be able to assist you is, like during the pandemic, everyone in the country was trying to get a hold of EDD, right? File unemployment, and start getting those checks. Well, when you called the EDD main line, you might wait 3 days on hold before you got a hold of anybody for assistance. When veterans would call me, I had some relationships with veteran representatives that worked at EDD, even locally, and then as well as like side door numbers and other numbers that you sat on hold for either nothing or way less time. Same with, whether it's a job center or whether it's a county veteran service office getting a hard time making an appointment or need a direct referral, VA, if you're having any, difficulties with the VA. The links have relationships with all the directors of, VHA, VBA, EDD, that kind of stuff. So we all try and work, to just help you out. Obviously, we're not going to, talk to the directors, every single day about cases, but, if it's something that justifies working down from the top, we go ahead and do that. So next slide. I think this is just my contact information. So if you are in the San Diego area, Make sure that you get my email. You can do lance.iunker@calvet.ca.gov or SD-Link. They both get to me. If you do send it to Lance Lunker, he does not respond to those emails ever, and I don't get them. So I can't help you there. But yeah, so I think on the very last slide of this whole thing, I even have a cell phone number that you can contact me at. But yes, please do use me as a resource. If you need to get connected, if you're in a different part of the state, need to get connected to your link, you can go through me as well, or look us up on our website. All right, have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lance, for joining us, and thank you for all that great information. So please get connected with him. If any of you joining us today are especially from the San Diego area or region, he's a great resource for assistance and help. But without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our guest speaker today from the Veterans Legal Institute, Lisa Ianson. Thank you so much for joining us. She's going to go ahead and share some resources and services that VLI provides.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning, everyone. As you can see on the slide, my name is Lisa Ianson. I'm a senior staff attorney with Veterans Legal Institute. I always joke that that means I'm just one of the old guys there. But just briefly about myself, I was an Orange County public defender for almost 30 years. I've been a criminal defense attorney for almost 35. And with VLI, I specifically handle expungements and record sealing. So that's my area of expertise, if you will. But Veterans Legal has a large variety of services for both service members, veterans, and their family members. And if we could go to the next slide. Who we are. So VLI believes that veterans who defended our freedom deserve access to justice. And we are one of very few public interest law firms in the country dedicated to helping homeless, disabled, and low-income and at-risk veterans. Our services are completely free. And we do that with a combination of either staff attorneys who are paid through different grants and different donations, or we have a large network of pro bono attorneys, which are private attorneys who come to us and say, how can we help? And so we cover so many different areas, virtually every area of the law, but there are some that we specialize in. But the bottom line is no veteran ever receives a bill for our service. And our enduring goal is obviously to prevent veteran homelessness and suicides. Next slide, please. I talked a little bit about our pro bono services, but we also have a lot of resources. So we have access to helping people get housing, get healthcare, access education, and employment. So you might think, well, gosh, I don't have a lawsuit going in court, or I haven't been served with an eviction notice. But sometimes you might just have an issue that you need some guidance with, and we're really able to provide those resources as well. We connect up with organizations like CalVet and other organizations throughout the state to be able to give referrals and give direction. So keep that in mind. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to court or you have a lawsuit going, but we do just have a lot of resources available, and we want to make sure that everybody has access to everything they need, particularly housing, employment, and education. Next slide, please. So these are our in-house, as I explained. We have staff attorneys, and then we have pro bono attorneys. And there's a little bit of a crossover because some of our pro bono attorneys help. I would say one of our busiest areas is landlord, tenant, and housing, especially a lot of laws went into effect, or pauses went into effect during the pandemic, and now they're starting to disappear. And so the one thing that we encourage is don't wait till your hair's on fire, like I'm 3 months behind, 4 months behind. The time to reach out to us is when you see that there's going to be an issue. And the reason I say that is because we do have financial resources as well, places we can refer you to help avoid homelessness or losing your housing. We do family law, dissolutions, custody agreements, visitation agreements. We cover the whole gambit there. Bankruptcy and consumer law, veterans benefits, claims, and appeals is one of our biggest areas. We have VA certified attorneys on staff who help to A, get you connected with your veterans benefits, or B, if you're already connected, a lot of times whatever you are connected for increases, medical needs, different things increase with time. So we're also there to assist in increasing those benefits. And our attorneys just do a remarkable job of helping get connected with benefits and increasing benefits. We also do discharge upgrades, which is a very, very busy area as well. The only things we don't accept, we usually don't take dishonorable discharges, but anything else we take on those discharge upgrades. It's an area where our pro bono attorneys work with us a lot because they're really good at working with the records and doing the, putting the briefs together for the DoD. So that's a busy area for us as well. We do wills and estate planning. We do criminal expungements. If it's something that's not listed there, that doesn't mean we don't do it or have resources to help us with it. So if you have any legal questions or legal needs, please, I encourage you just apply, submit the application online. Super easy to do. Next slide, please. So just a little bit about our eligibility. We only assist indigent or low income veterans. We have a lot of different grants we work with, so there's a lot of flexibility. They also don't take into consideration as income any disability or benefits that you're already receiving. We do assist in Orange, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Los Angeles counties. Again, if you have an issue, for example, with me, we receive applications for people who might need an expungement in the Central Valley, Northern California. You can put in the application and we will always give you a referral, usually 2 referrals to connect you up with somebody in the area that you need. It's just not necessarily our service area. You go online to complete the application. So if you go on the Veterans Legal website, you'll see a red button. It says apply now. You connect on there. It's a really brief application, super easy. And you put your information in and you submit it, and somebody will get back to you usually within 48 hours. They'll let you know if you qualify, or they might have some additional questions. But we try to get rid of all of the barriers to legal access and help you with whatever your legal needs are. If you don't have access to a computer, you can call in. We'll take the application over the phone. If you're local in Orange County, our offices are in Tustin, and you're welcome to walk in as well and fill out the application there. So we just want to do everything we can to give everybody access and opportunity. Again, the one disqualifier, if you will, is that we don't handle matters where if it was a criminal case, somebody was a sex offender, and that's because we do support and assist veterans who have been victims of military sexual trauma. Next slide, please. So that's the end of my presentation. I know it's kind of quick, but this is how you apply. You just go to vetslegal.org and you fill out again the application button, and we are very responsive. And I don't do the VA benefits, but I've just seen amazing results from our VA benefit attorneys, and they're all very experienced. So I just encourage you that if you have any legal questions, legal concerns, please go to our website and apply, and we'll do everything we can to either assist you ourselves or lead you to resources that can in fact assist you. Thank you. That's my last slide.
It is. Thank you so much, Lisa. I greatly appreciate it. I do have some, we do have a few questions. I know I'm going to invite Jana on here, but I just want to address one of them. I noticed a couple folks had some questions about Southern California, a limited coverage in Southern California. If folks who are joining us today are seeking resources for the northern part of California, please reach out to us. This is our contact page here. Be happy to connect you with additional pro bono assistance that is offered in the northern part of the state. There's a couple different regions and areas, so reach out to us directly, myself or Jana, and we'll be able to help you get connected with the appropriate channels for you. But I'm actually going to turn over to Jana. She's got.
I'm sorry, can I answer one of your questions here in the questions?
Yes.
The one asks about if we provide services in Los Angeles counties, and we do. We're Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Los Angeles County. So we do service Los Angeles County as well. And as far as the services being in Southern California, like I said, we have a large network statewide. We have been working with organizations up in the Central Valley and have good connections up there as well. And there's also a similarly situated law firm in the Bay Area that we connect up with. So we have resources throughout the state.
And would that cover maybe Kern County by any chance? That was another question that was asked.
Yes, we do have resources up in Kern County, and we are working and we actually are trying to expand into those areas because it's, there's so much that can be done remotely now. And so we are trying to do that. So we do have resources in that area.
Great. Another question that was asked was, does VLI help with car accidents or insurance claim assistance?
And we don't do any civil matters as far as like car accidents or things of that nature, but we do have referrals that we can give because, like I said, we have a large network of private attorneys who a lot of them are civil practitioners. And so some of them are just willing to take referrals and answer questions, even though we don't do those ourselves.
Okay. So there was another question. I'm not, if I put answer, then everybody will be able to see it, but it was from I believe a gal named Eileen. And if you're listening, Eileen, I don't really want to read too much of this. Lisa can see the question. It's the long one up top. If you have questions that and for everybody on here, questions that have more details that are kind of more of a personal matter, we just don't want to say those out loud. You can reach out to VLI directly, to Lisa directly. That way we can ask those questions, or Lisa, if you wanted to type the answer out.
I am able to the question, and my recommendation is to go ahead and put in the application through our website, because again, some of that we do handle in-house, and otherwise we do have attorneys that we can refer out to. We have a method of how we communicate with our pro bono attorneys. And so every month we call it a case listing, but we put out a list to them of veterans in need of assistance and what the assistance is. And they reach back to us and they say, hey, I can help this veteran out, or that's my area of expertise. So please, don't be discouraged. Go ahead and put, the application in, and we see if we can't connect you up with somebody in that practice area to assist you. And the question about recoupment of disability severance pay, absolutely, that is something that we do as well, because they do connect up with veterans or they seek increase of benefits, and they do get the back benefits for them. So we've had some great success with that. And then the benefits are for the veterans, they are for their spouses, dependents. I haven't had any instances of dependents, but if it's a spouse that you're referring to, then yes, we do absolutely assist spouses as well.
What about assistance with SSI appeals?
I know that we don't do those in-house, but I do know that they'll have referrals for those as well.
Okay.
So, and then I'm not sure, I'm seeing that it's defaulting to the 3 counties in the application process. Just answer yes anyway. Don't worry about the fact that it's not picking up LA County out there. Just go ahead and put that through.
Okay.
And we do handle family law. So marriage dissolutions, we handle family law matters. We have multiple staff attorneys who do that. So please put in the application. And I think I saw about asking about spouses, and I answered that we do spouses. Sometimes, like during the pandemic, we had, a lot of housing matters coming in. So I helped out with some of those. And a lot of times, it's a husband and wife, and the husband might be the veteran, but the wife is sort of the one in the family who handles all the, business matters, so to speak. So the spouse was the one putting in the application with us. So we work with both of them. And a lot of times we find that it is, the veteran and the spouse that we end up working with. So we do either way.
Great. And I'm going to get to these CalVet benefit questions in a moment. I just kind of want to keep on the same topic, everybody. So I do see your other questions. I'm going to get to those.
As far as assistance for veterans in San Francisco, please put in the application. They should be able to refer you. Like I said, there's a similar situated law firm up in San Francisco that does what we do, and they do the veteran stuff. They should be able to get you that referral. Otherwise, please reach out to me at, you can do the info at Vets Legal, and I can get you the contact information for the organization up in the Bay Area.
And then what about San Diego? Can you help with divorce family law matters there?
We don't do any matters in San Diego, but I would venture to guess that we do have referrals to organizations like Legal Aid or other organizations in San Diego County, because they're, being in Orange County, they're our neighboring county. So I'm sure we get a lot of requests for that. And as far as if you have family, if you have multiple legal issues, absolutely. You do one application, you put in that application all of, brief explanation of everything you need assistance with. And you can do it that way. And if a veteran has passed away, we still help the spouse.
Thank you. You are on top of these questions.
I'm going through
it. Let's see. In San Diego, do you have assistance with grandma rights in order to see my grandson on a more regular basis?
That again, we'd have to see if we don't have some, referral down there.
Because you said San Diego. Yeah, that's right. Let's read that. Okay.
And we do have assistance with taxes, and we do also have referrals to organizations that do taxes for veterans for free or help with those issues. But we do have a tax attorney on staff.
Okay. That one, I think the rest of them are probably for CalVet benefits. So I'll go ahead and start. I just want to make sure we got all the other ones. If I have another question for you, I'll definitely call you back on. So I'm going to get to some of these other questions too. So did you mention that vehicle registration is waived for veterans? Is this for, I think it said it was for 100%. That might have already gotten answered, but it is only for one vehicle registered in California, and you do have to have 100% disability rating. And then the 100% disability rating also has to coincide with a mobility issue. That's how you guys can get that vehicle registration waived on that. If you have any more questions on that, let us know. We can help you walk you through that process. Someone asked that they already paid their vehicle registration. Can I retroactive waiver? Gosh, I've never gotten asked that question. Lance, I don't know if you know the answer to that or not. I haven't heard of a retroactive waiver. That might be something we need to ask a county veteran service office. Maybe they would. Or
the DMV won't retroactively pay any money back, but yeah, and it used to be that it took forever to get the form. It used to be a PCGL letter 112 you needed to get, and it could take months, and people would get really upset because they needed it in like 2 weeks and it took months. And they had to make that payment. But yeah, do it, and then go into the DMV. You are going to turn your plates in, so you need to go to the County Veteran Service Office. You'll get a VSD 001 form from a representative at the County Veteran Service Office, and then you take that to the DMV and you'll turn in your current plates, and they will mail you DV plates, and then from then on out you won't pay registration.
And if you guys, we can find your County Veteran Service Office or CVSO for you. You guys can just call that 1-800-952-5626. Cherie mentioned it earlier, but it actually goes to one of our teammates. So someone like Cherie or myself will answer, or Lance or one of the other links will answer as well. And we can look up your guys' local office for you, or an office that will be able to serve you. The VA is going after me for recruitment of disability severance pay, and I believe they are not correct in their information. With that being a federal benefit, we would suggest that you call the County Veteran Service Office and talk them through with that. Again, we can help you find that county office if you need. You can even email me directly if you would like, and I can reach back to you with the correct office. Is there any assistance for resume and cover letter writing and employee assistance advice? Yes, there's a whole lot of stuff that I can send you directly. I believe it is last name of Gordon. If you want to send me your email address, I can email you, or you can email us that question at the at the CalTAP at calvet.ca.gov, and I can email you a whole bunch of assistance stuff. And then there's a lot of information on resume writing and employee assistance right on the Calvet website on the CalTAP page under the employment pathway. Sorry, I lost my words there. But I can send you links to all of that if you want to give me your email address. Can you explain a decision letter for awarded, oh wait, it's moving, sorry. Can you explain a decision letter for awarded compensation benefits? That's something, only because I wouldn't know a person's particular, their background with their award letter. What I would do is I would call the County Veteran Service Office and have them explain that to you. Just so that way you make sure that you're aware of all the benefits that you're receiving from that letter. Let's see, this one might be for you, Lisa. For family, maybe we answered it, I don't know. For family law issues in San Diego County, can you provide recommendations to people needing limited scope representation for someone who has been representing themselves in pro per?
Yes, so if you put in the application and you put that you're, and again, it sounds a little funny. You might be a resident of one of the counties that we serve, but your matter might be in San Diego County. So say you're a resident of Riverside County, but your matter's in San Diego County, you would qualify for our services. I know that's not always the case, but otherwise there's no harm. There's never any harm in putting in the application. And if you're out of the service area, usually when they're going through and doing the intake reviews, they will send referrals along with, if they say, oh, you're not in our service area, but here's referrals in your area. So definitely just go ahead and put that in.
Wonderful.
And then I think there was also a question about if you're not a low income or homeless veteran. Again, go ahead and put in the application for referrals because they will go through and they'll say, you don't meet our income qualifications, but here are some referrals. Or if you have specific area that you're looking for a referral in, please feel free to reach out to me at Veterans Legal.
All right. The person that just sent me their email address, I just responded to you, but I will email you within about 20 minutes or so. Okay, I'm having issues with my VSO. Is there some CA VSO that can help me with my transition? Yes, absolutely, sir. I'm going to write you right now to send me your email address, or if you, that way I can contact you directly and we can go over some of those options. Then we can talk that through. I'm 100% disabled with vision impairment. Can I ask for VSD 101 from CVSO? I live in Contra Costa County and would like to know where the CVSO is. Absolutely. There's actually, we do have a CVSO in Contra Costa County, great office. You can just call them and they, you can actually go on their website too. If you guys just Google Contra Costa, either CVSO or just VSO. If you go directly to their website and you scroll about halfway down, there's a blue button on their website that says virtual office call, something like that. You click that anytime during office hours, like 8:05 to 4:55, obviously, and somebody will answer that, kind of like a Teams call or a Zoom call like we're doing right now, or a FaceTime, something like that. And you can get your questions answered there. Or I'm going to answer this question. I think maybe somebody else is putting the phone number for Contra Costa VSO in there for you. So, and then if any of you need help finding a CVSO near you or County Veteran Service Office near you, call us directly and we can look that up for you. It's right on the Calvet website, easy to look up. We can find the best office for you. LA County, same thing. We'll put the number in there in just a second.
I'm going to bring it back to our slide really quick on the main page here. Cool. You can actually, for anybody that's asking for information about how to locate or find their CVSO, this is the Calvet main webpage that I shared with you, calvet.ca.gov. There's a fantastic link, as you can see right here, that says find local CVSO. it is listed out by county, or you can even input the zip code that you reside in to get the assistance that you're looking for. And regardless of whatever county you reside in, you could even request help from someone all the way up into Nevada County or Stanislaus if you're down in San Diego, or vice versa. Any CVSO will help you across the state. Any CVSO will help any veteran. But I'll scroll back over and kick it back over to you, Jana.
That's fine. I understand that the SDVOSB, this might have a, Sheree, this might be a question for you. I understand the SDVOSB must have a minimum 10% disability rating to qualify for bid on contracts. Is that real?
So there is qualifications that are real. However, that 10% portion is not. The caveat to needing to having a rating for the federal side, which is the SDVOSB federal certification for veteran-owned business, is a 0 to 100% disability rating. It is a self-certification process that you go through online, and you would want to go to sam.gov for that. If you want additional information, feel free to reach out to me and give me your email address, or you have mine right here. I would be happy to connect with you. In my previous role, I actually worked in the disabled veteran business enterprise unit with CalVet, so I'm very familiar with procurement with the state and with the federal side. So please reach out to me, sir, and I'd be happy to help you out with that.
There's a question. Can I schedule an appointment and set up a will or trust with your VLI program? Is this service complimentary for veterans?
So the way you would set up to get assistance for VLI again is to go on the website. And I saw that one of the notes in the chat said the website wasn't coming up, but I did just try it from my phone and it came up. So please try again. It's www.vetslegal.org, or you can just type in Veterans Legal Institute and it should bring up the link for the site. But as far as scheduling an appointment, the process is to go online and fill out the application. And then assuming you meet all the qualifications, they will schedule the appointment with you to handle the estate planning. And a lot of that is really easy to do and done virtually too, the same as you've been talking about a lot of the VSO communications being virtual. So that's the way to do it. And I also see the other one about not qualifying for VLI because of income, but I'm sure there are other pro bono entities out there that help, especially with discrimination when you have a service animal, because the ADA, everybody kind of helps out with that, because that is I don't want to say a common issue, but it's an issue you should be coming across. So I'm sure there are a lot of, I would actually start with the Americans with Disability website and start with them, because I think they have a lot of resources there. Because my understanding is once you present a landlord with the documentation showing that you have a service animal, that's the end of the story. They can't discriminate against you, ask for extra deposits or anything else.
Hey. What about, can I make an appointment or request for hearing for recruitment of severance pay? I'm lost for the path, and I'm lost for the path I'm supposed to take.
That would fall under VA benefits assistance. So again, you would put in the application. If there's back benefits that you haven't received, then they would go ahead and help you file the paperwork to get that back pay.
Okay. Okay, this one might be some CalVet ones. I would like to purchase a house and did not know the VA and CalVet could be combined. I would like to know how I can get info on get started with that. Fantastic. I'm going to respond to you with, and I'll just put Brad's information. His name is Brad Pedersen, and he works for CalVet. He's in our home loans division. He usually travels around with us and gives the home loans presentation when we're not doing a specific presentation, like this one was on on legal services today. But he also encourages us to give out his phone number. So I'll put it in, I'll respond to you, but I'll also put it in the main chat too in just a minute here. That way you have that. Reach out to Brad directly. He answers his phone. He'll answer any question that you have. And yes, you can use both of those benefits together, which is so great. Let's see here. I'm 100% rated disabled by the VA. Loma Linda has twice submitted for aid and attendance care provider and has been denied. My primary care physician submitted her approval for aid and attendance care provider, and the request was denied. Oh, it's very frustrating. My spouse is also rated 100% disabled and is not in the care facility and only gets a certain amount per month. Okay, so my goodness, this is very frustrating. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that because that's a federal benefit. So what we would recommend is that you call the County Veteran Service Office and talk to them about this, especially since your spouse is 100% disabled, so, or rated 100% rather. If you are not getting anywhere with your County Veteran Service Office, call us and we can maybe look up a different office. Anyone can go to the Contra Costa online, their website, go to their office online and click on that virtual office button. It's in the middle of their website, giant blue button, and somebody answers every single time between obviously business hours, of course, Monday through Friday. But if you're not getting help from your current CVSO, try a different one. You can talk to any CVSO in the state of California. It does not have to be the one directly in your county. So, and call us if you're having problems with that. That way we can find you a different number too. Can you provide a CAVSO training manual applying for a position? Want to prepare for the interview? I unfortunately am not able to provide one of those for you. If you probably have to get that from this from the VSO themselves. I know that Calvet does do the training for them or does do some training for them, but I'm not sure that we have access to give someone a training manual. I don't think I have access to them either. So that's something that you probably just have to call. You can call any county veteran service office and let them know you are applying and you want to work in their office. And I don't see why anybody wouldn't help you out or answer any of your questions because our CVSOs are needing more people. Absolutely. And we're excited that you're applying too. So, okay. What else? Sorry, hold on one sec here. I found a piece of property that is not completed. The frame of the house is up. However, I do know that VA home loans do not give loans for dwelling that is not completely built. Can Calvet do construction loans or bridge loans? I'm not sure on an unfinished home, only because I haven't heard that question and I'm not completely well versed in our home loans. I do know a lot, but again, contact Brad directly. I'm going to put his contact info in the chat right now, you guys. There it is. That is their website that will give the phone number, either the 800 number or the 916 number to the office directly, or just call Brad directly and he will answer those questions for you. My credit score is declined under a certain amount. Can the vet still help me qualify for home improvements? Call Brad directly and ask him. He will be able to help you with that. Okay, I think that's it. I'm still gonna put your LA County VSO information in there for you. Mr. Gonzalez, I'm gonna go ahead and email you, and I'm not sure if this person is a male or female, but last name of Gordon. I see your comments on the zeros versus the O's, so I'll make sure to get the email correct for you. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Wait, we got a fifth one. Sorry about that. Okay, I have a contract for VA construction loan. I'm currently working with the company right now. So, they can Google SoCal VA construction loans. Thank you so much for answering that. I appreciate it. Answer that. You can also call Brad. He knows every ins and out. Not only has he been working for Calvet for a long time, but he also worked in the industry for like 2 decades before that. So he's really well versed and will answer any questions. So will using the VA CalTAP help with more favorable interest rates when applying for home loans and refinancing? Yes, it will absolutely help you. Absolutely. And the higher your credit score is, even the better it will be. So absolutely. Okay. I think I'm done. I think I got through all of them. Great questions, you guys. And if you have more, you can email us at the CalTAP at calvet.ca.gov. You can email Sheree and I directly, Lance directly, if it's Veterans Legal Institute related or VLI related, contact VLI. So I'll turn things back over to you, Sheree.
Thank you. And thank you again, Lisa, for joining us today and answering all the great questions that everyone has been offering. And thank you, everyone who is still on right now and joining us. I'm just going to move to the next slide very quickly here. Just want to plug and let you know any of our upcoming virtual workshops that we have. The QR code that's provided there in the right-hand corner, you can scan, and it'll take you to the CalTAP Eventbrite main page. But these are our upcoming webinars. We have resources for minority and underrepresented veterans tomorrow. And then into September, we are looking at online learning success for those of you that are still learning on a virtual platform or in a hybrid schedule where you're moving to in class more and then also still taking a few virtual classes. What are some tips and tricks in being a successful student? Additionally, we have LinkedIn 101 for those of you that are looking to advance in the employment pathway or area. We also have techniques to handle stress. And then lastly, suicide prevention and awareness. Again, the QR code on the right-hand side will take you to our CalTAP Eventbrite page, so you can register for any one of those webinars that we have listed here. And lastly, thank you so much for your service, and thank you all for joining us today. Special thanks to Lisa and Lance as well for joining us. And then also our partnership with Cuyamaca College for today's presentation. Thank you all and have a great rest of your day.